Welcome. Sit down, roll up, pour up, turn up and tune in. Because you're now watching the Buncher Bull Network.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Stash Spot.
How's everybody doing today?
Today, Caleb's running a little bit late, but today, instead of doing a full-on review, we have a special guest that's going to be joining us, Sir High, from the Propersmoke Network. He runs the Morning Wood podcast in the mornings. It's, or I think at our time, it is 12 o'clock. Yeah, so 12 o'clock Eastern, which puts it at, I think, 9 a.m. his time.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 hours prior. Yeah, 9 a.m.
Or no. That's High in Arizona. High in Arizona is at 12 o'clock. The Morning Wood is at 1 o'clock our time.
Okay. 1 o'clock our time, so then his time it would be, what would that be, 10?
Yes.
Fire.
But yes, he will be joining us here in a little bit.
Fuck yeah.
But dude also still brought us in I gotta fix this real quick. You brought us in a strain that we can try out, right?
Yeah, I did. I got us, brought us the Capri Sun Sunset Cooler. It's spelled with a Z, the fire. Capri Sun Sunset Cooler, I think. I'm not exactly sure if it's an indica or a sativa, but so far smoking it, I want to say it's a hybrid because it has me like right in between. It's some gas. Yeah. Did you get something to roll up yet?
Hold on.
Take your time.
What in the hell is going on?
What's everybody smoking on? Let us know what you're smoking on today, or what you're smoking out of. I usually
Why is our fucking quality trash right now? But it doesn't say that it's trash. Alright, hold on.
Hold up. Hey.
Let me fucking troubleshoot.
It's got Goofy on the front of it. I didn't realize that till just now. He's posted up with some brews in a cooler on the beach. Sunset cooling. Got a drink. Got that orange perp. Or wait, that orange drink. Can't call it perp drink. It's orange. I'm gonna put this bud on your tray, bro. And I'm gonna spark this up real quick.
What the fuck?
Yeah. One thing I'll say about this strain, I like it, but it's like a little dry. It's a little bit, like it really gives me cotton mouth to the point where it's almost like pisses me off. I'm already through like almost 2 whole bottles of water here. I only smoked 1 joint. I got hit with hail yesterday. I was fucking high as shit running around outside trying to figure out how to keep water from coming through some of my windows downstairs. Fucking the seal around the windows dry rotted and broke out. I didn't know that until the water was coming through. So that was awesome.
Damn.
Yeah, I fixed it though. Fixed that shit quick. There's a fat ass stem in this fucking ashtray. Holy shit, dude. Someone fucking... Looks like a branch. See if I can blow it. Oh.
I'm trying to fucking troubleshoot this damn.
Almost got a few there.
Our quality is terrible right now.
It doesn't. What's weird is it looks fine on the screen for me here. It looks great.
Unless it's my phone, but I don't think.
I would like to think it's your phone. Let me look at mine real quick. That's a good idea.
I mean, it is what it is.
Pull it up and see. Yeah, but of all times, you know. Let's see.
Yeah. It's running.
He's running up in here. Here comes Collab.
What's yours look like?
Yeah, it does look pretty poor.
You just gotta turn your mic on.
Yo. Yeah, it looks bad, man. It looks bad. I don't know why. We're trying to figure it out.
Oh, god damn. I'm trying to. Oh, there we go. I'm not sure what I can even do about that right now since we're live. Oh shit, he's in here. Hold on.
Yo.
Yo, can you hear us?
Oh, I can hear you guys. What's going down?
What's going
Oh
on?
yeah, what's good?
What's up, man?
Man, actually, my homie Smoke Dog just rolled up. Shout out to Dog Bones. Let's go.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I was gonna say I had one right there for
Oh, I
you.
thought.
Yeah, we about to roll up some. What do you got over there, dude?
I got the
Capri Sun.
Yeah, the Capri Sunset Cooler.
Okay, nice. Well, nice. I can see you guys now.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys got the pink chairs. I fuck with that energy.
Thank you.
Yeah, bro.
We're in the process of getting a couple more pieces of furniture for down here. Every year or two, we remodel it.
Damn, it looks tight. Nah, I remember watching not even a few months ago, and it wasn't the same setup. So I see you guys doing your thing. It's my homie wants to tune in. Where can they find it on? Is it on YouTube or Twitch or both?
Don, I think he's just fixing our
Audio?
the video and the audio just to make sure it's solid. Yeah.
Yeah,
How's your day been so far, dog?
Dog, honestly, it's been dope. I got to interview Growing Pains Tom over there this morning. And then I went in and handled some business. I'm at the High Lounge right now with, we have a partnership coming up here that's really going to help the High Lounge sustain and grow. So that got locked in today, which is really dope. And now I'm getting to chop it up with you guys. So it's been a good day.
That's what's up,
Yeah,
man. That's what's up. Connections on connections on connections, right?
Dude,
Yeah.
and it's all based around marijuana, right? Where it's a beautiful thing. So it's like they call this work. I'm like, yeah, right.
Yeah, I've said for a long time is like you can go into a room of people, say like for instance like our crew of guys. You could sit with us individually, ask us all kinds of different things of like what are we like as people, what are our hobbies, this, that, and the third. And all of us would be completely separate, like completely different. We're like snowflakes. But the one similarity we have is we all smoke weed.
Weed
It's
connects
true
people.
too, man. I love it. Marijuana, what I've seen with the owning a lounge now for the few years is how it really does highlight our community because you don't ever see a lot of cannabis beefs in comparison to like you go into a concert and you introduce alcohol into situations. There's a lot of sometimes drama with that. Well, I've had this lounge for 3 years. I've hosted over 1,000 events, and we've never had to call the cops one time because someone had beef with each other. And I think that is a huge testament to marijuana because it just vibes us out, man. We chill out. We're about networking, looking at other people's weed, and checking out pieces. So it's a different energy.
Most definitely. Yeah, and that's what I wanted to ask you. Normally we don't ask, I'm sure you're the same way. You try not to ask the typical questions. But I was curious because of like, where you're at in the cannabis community, and how did you go from like, and I'm not going to even say that it started with you rapping, but how did it go from like, rapping to you got a dispensary and you get a lounge, and now you're on the Proper Smoke network? Like, how did it just start like you just smoking and then it just spiraled?
Yeah, I mean, in a sense, right? Like just being in the community. I also used to push a little bit, so like before I opened up the smoke shops, I was out here serving the community a little bit with like that the pressure that I would drive out to California, grab a few packs, nothing crazy, but like, was doing that. But like, yeah, just being a smoker in the community, the smoke shops is probably what more spread the awareness out here in Arizona. The music spread the awareness on a national level, but it was the smoke shops that really got me to know about in the side the communities because I was helping daily clients and we were just cooking. Um, and then when we went rec about 4 years ago, it changed the game for smoke shops. And what I mean by that is suddenly more and more people were just going to dispensaries instead of going into my smoke shop to get small items like a fucking like cart or a little like, just mom and pop shit. They were just going to a dispensary now. So it changed the
Yeah.
game. It made me not even want to like fuck with smoke shops anymore because I got into it to sell marijuana shit. And like all of a sudden, after rec hit, it turned me into like a goddamn cigarette store. I was selling fucking nicotine sticks to make my money. And I was just like, damn, this ain't it.
Yeah, you
So
kind of
after
just
all
become a
this,
blunt place.
yeah, like, and honestly though, nah, man, like I'm selling like flavored nicotine. And I'm just
Like
like,
the vapes, like you're selling
the
like these joints
Yeah,
here.
damn.
yeah, and I'm just like, I mean, look, I love them because they're paying my rent, paying my bills, but like
Yeah,
that's
but
not what I'm
it's
passionate about,
yeah,
like
that's not your
so
heart.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah. And so I looked at it like I've been out here fucking smoking weed, and at this point for it was like 20 something years. I've performed. I know all of these people in the industry of cannabis because of performing. Um, and in Arizona, people were always like, "Oh, Jay, like after the lounge, especially, they're like, you have people know about you, this, that, and the other." And I'm like, eh. But I said, fuck it then. If this is what people are saying, I'm gonna give myself a 3-year goal. I'm gonna remove. I sold the smoke shop. I got to ground zero, and I said, fuck it. I put myself out there. I want to give a big shout out to my dude Marcus with Nature's Lab. He's like all over the nation. Has an amazing concentrate product, but he's not in Arizona. And I was like, yo, like let's get you in Arizona. And he's what started the wave for me because he was like, yeah, I want to be in Arizona. Let's figure it out. So I was able to take that conversations into these dispensaries and try to get licensing and start getting myself in these conversations that I wasn't having. And it sort of just kind of like ballooned up from there. So it wasn't necessarily the rapping. It wasn't necessarily like, the smoke shops or anything. It was just more so like after recreational cannabis, they put me in a spot that I had to recreate myself a little bit. And I
It was
thought, well,
adaptation over anything.
I'm just like, well, at this point, like, shit, I've been like fucking smoking so much weed. I've always been like, if I don't make money off weed somehow again, like, that's fucked up. I've got a lot of experience and all these motherfuckers making money off weed and I'm just still smoking it. Like, come on, dog. Let's
I
do something.
oftentimes feel the same way. It's like, that's been my passion forever. And, obviously growing up, that's how a lot of us have made our Jordan money. How else were we going to get the new Jordans and
Right.
whatever we wanted? But it wasn't always like just, oh, I'm a dealer. It was like, it's our passion. We love weed regardless of that. If I could do it
Yeah.
a legal way and still enjoy it, then I would do that too. Sadly, in PA, we're stuck. I'm waiting for the rec. As soon as it goes rec here, I'd love to set up a lounge or something.
Oh, really? You guys aren't rec out there? Oh, shit.
No,
Didn't you guys
we're
just have Alien Labs dropped out there, right?
I know the dispensary local to us doesn't have it yet,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
but
because I interviewed Ted, what was that, Tuesday, and he was saying that they just launched out there. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, shit.
yeah, but my cousin is decently high up in the management of the local dispensary, so I'm gonna ask her, see if she can't work something out. We did
You
get Wizard
guys,
Tree though.
okay, nice. It seems like you guys always smoke the like legacy brands, like those hype, like you want to smoke like what I feel like the nation's talking about, right? So like when I've tuned in a bunch of Bull Studio, you guys are helping people find out what's like, actually smoking in these hype bags. So that's tight. What are you guys
Yeah,
smoking
we
again today?
So right now we got the Capri Sun Sunset Cooler. It's a boutique cannabis. It's made by Sweets.
Sweets. Hell yeah.
we try to do like some local brands. Obviously they're to some extent street brands, but the local guys that are trying to get their name
Fire.
out there. But we're a small area. Sadly, local doesn't really support local around here.
No shit.
And so it became a point where I was like, well, instead of doing all these local brands that most of the nation doesn't care about, let's start trying the stuff that you started talking about, and Adam and Paul started talking about, and all these things. I'm like, this is really what people are putting out that's high tier. What we see it around here locally, they say it's high tier, but once you start smoking this, yeah, you know what I mean. It puts it in perspective,
Yeah.
and
For
so
real
that's
though.
kind of where we're at now. Is like, hey, listen, we gave all the local guys a shot, and I'm not saying I won't review local anymore, but
Yeah, fact.
we did you guys for a while. You guys seen what your scores were. Now look at what these are scoring,
Yeah.
and if you want to come check it out, I'll show you it, and now
Yeah.
you can maybe bring some better to the table.
Right. Step it up. I mean, that's where I really appreciate getting with PSN because while I was doing my podcast, which was a local podcast like you guys got going on, and I focused on that Arizona weed, I was like, well, I can't really do a podcast that because I would be getting the packs from California and I'd be smoking all that shit. But I felt some type of way because if I'm gonna do an Arizona podcast, then I should know what's going on with Arizona weed. And at that time, when I started high in Arizona, I wasn't smoking none of that shit. Like I would smoke Alien Labs, right? But like Alien Labs, can't really consider Arizona weed. So it was like, all right. And that was so after 4 years, oh my God, bro, I started smoking, like getting again into these exotic brands. Like the first one that comes to right now is this Trichome or Trinity Trichomes or whatnot. And he had this squirtles. Man, there's levels to weed that just need to be respected. And man, it's like space weed to me, bro. It's just, I love shit like that, man.
And that's why we like to travel, just because is when it comes to whether it be street-wise or dispensary-wise, whatever's in PA, it was grown in PA, it was cultivated in PA, it was shipped around. It's not allowed, like especially on the medicinal side, it's not allowed to like go outside of our borders. So it's just a matter of we will only get so much if we stay confined within our four borders.
Right.
So if unless we travel, we'll only get so many of those levels that you're referring to.
And that's tight. You guys do travel like that. When you went out to was it Ohio to go to the
Yeah. Yep.
Cali Plug event? Like that's lit right there. That's the shit that I like to do too. I plan on getting out to what is it? Mary Jane in Berlin. Really excited about just the California events. It's been a while since I popped out to any of those, so I'm looking forward to getting out to those. But yeah, I think that's where we get a chance to not only smoke what's pressure out there, but then meet the people behind it, because it's always a cool energy at these events where everyone's chilling. We're still a small community of connoisseurs and people who really give a fuck about the plant. So,
And you really learn, like going to these events, I've learned that these dudes really respect the reviewers more than people think. Like, I've gone, like Cali Plug, for instance. I go up to the booth at one of the events and let them know, like, yeah, we're doing a live in the other room, so we're reviewing all these strains on site. And he's like, oh, hell yeah, here's a pre-roll, here's this, here's that, you know what I mean? And then Tested Exotics, shout out to Tested.
Shout out
He
Tested.
invites us out there. He gets on the live stream and he's like, only people in here that didn't pay for a table. It's like, hearing that type of stuff, because I didn't know that. I didn't know we was the only person that didn't pay.
Yeah.
So then you
Well, I
hear
mean,
that and
think,
you're like,
man.
oh, damn.
Yeah, you guys are bringing attention. I think that important for us to do what we're doing. I think that if you guys look at your local news, they're only going to shed a negative light on cannabis, right?
Yep.
Most of the time, there's not really a lot of pieces that come out that bring positivity to energy to the cannabis that it deserves. But we will. And people out there really do know cannabis is amazing. And there's not people like us to highlight that positivity, to bring in people that are out there pushing the culture, to bring that positive energy, then damn, they don't get it. And I mean, like, that's what motivated me is I saw there's a lot of propaganda about like 5 years ago about, oh, vote no on legalizing marijuana because of this, that, and the other. And when I dove into what they were talking about, because it had a direct effect with smoke shops, I found out what the propaganda was. They was like bullshit. They're like lying to the public to get you to vote a certain way. And that shit blew my mind. I'd never been into politics and none of that shit. So cannabis brought me into it. And I was like, you can literally lie to the public and get them to vote a certain way. And it's like, yep. I'm like, that's crazy. So that's what motivated me to get out there and just spread more awareness to our groups of people that like, I don't know, we're the ones out here that really give a fuck. So we should be the ones that talk about it and spread awareness.
And I really want to give you your flowers about that too, though, because there's oftentimes, I tune into both of your podcasts in the morning, and
Appreciate you.
there's a lot of times where you're watching these, town meetings or whatever it is, and they're talking about these bills, and you'll go through and check them out, and talk with us all about it, and a lot of people, whether they try to be an influencer or a member of the chairman themselves or whatever, they don't even give a shit that much. You
Right.
show more initiative than the people that are doing it.
It's crazy. That's been the biggest thing for me watching what goes down at the Capitol and realizing just how much of like smoke and mirror it is and how much is going on down there that the public has no idea. And then you have people that are uneducated on the topic voting on it and pushing it forward. And I'm just like, this is crazy. So for me, I look at it like, look, let's bring some awareness to this situation so people can at least know what's going on. And man, that's been some of my biggest clips in a sense, is just highlighting what some of these senators and representatives are saying, because it is almost like I didn't even know how to compare. Like they have no clue what they're talking about. I remember last year I played this clip about this like representatives like, well, isn't marijuana where you it's like you sprinkle it onto your food, right? I'm like, wow, you're voting on this fucking major situation and you don't even know what weed is.
Yeah,
It's
it
crazy.
affects people's lives and livelihoods, and you're completely unaware of whatever it even may be.
Yeah, that's what's almost like offensive. It is offensive because
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
yo, like you should take a breather and go understand what the fuck you're voting on right now.
yeah.
Like
Do some research.
they'll make mocking jokes about weed, and it's like, damn, you guys don't realize that this is $1 billion industry. You guys look at weed like it's like, I don't know, like some fucking joke, and it's just not. And it's the truth.
And it's like with what you guys are going on with now, it's kind of perfect. This is something else I wanted to ask you. Also being a podcast host and everything, sometimes a topic will come up where in the current situation, you can't give maybe your, I'm not going to say honest opinion, full opinion. Is it hard for you, like myself, to bite your tongue sometimes and know where to stop the personal from what the public should hear? Because, like I said, with what you're dealing with now with the odor bill that they're trying to pass, that is, in my eyes, quit being a crybaby. You know what I mean? Who cares? Oh, wow, you can smell the weed. But
Can't believe it.
But like, I know you also can't get on your network and say, you know what I mean, just go all out how you would love to, I'm sure, because your personality. You got to be careful with it.
So it depends on what network. Obviously now with PSN, I want to make sure that I am going with their mission overall, right? That's their network. When it comes to high in Arizona, though, oh man,
He
I'll
said
tell you what.
lawless.
Yeah, I sometimes have got to really, just check some people through it who like, it's interesting game out here where people like to blackball you, they say, and things like this. And I'm one of those motherfuckers that are like, oh, really? Like, let's talk about it then. Let's call it out. Let's do this, that, and the other. And I'm high in Arizona for sure. Me not like keeping the personal shit out of it has hurt my other businesses for sure. So like I have had to over time decide where how am I going to play this, because we would have certain brands blackball my lounge or not go to the lounge because I'm on my podcast using them as a butt of the joke. Like Jeter used to come to the lounge quite a bit, but until I started my personal opinion on Jeter, they stopped going to the lounge because I personally think Jeter is fucking horrible and it's insane. But I get it. Like there's something for everybody and whoop de woo. I don't whatever. But like at the end of the day, yeah, like it's just a product that I don't really recommend. So they stopped doing business with my lounge over that. So it's one of those things.
Yeah, but that's also, I mean, maybe in a sense, that's a good thing. You want to curate your lounge and your smoke shop, for not only what you think is good, but what you would recommend. So
Right?
maybe putting out your opinion and weeding them out is best.
There's been a situation where people have tried to make this exclusive to them. And I just have always wanted to be open to everybody. So when Jeter got upset about my personal opinion on the podcast and they went a different direction, I just respect their decision. It is what it is. And like you said, like just curate. I want to curate people who will fuck with the lounge because it's nothing about me. It should be about the community. Like
Yep.
there's thousands of people that come through this lounge that have nothing to do with me or even are aware of me. So you're alienating yourself on that opportunity because of just me. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, and then going back to a little bit of like you checking out the bills and everything and talking about it. Do you think that you having the podcast and being a internet personality, do you think that you talking about that and people knowing like, oh, he's gonna go be there, he's gonna go vote, do you think that helps get their ass off the couch to also do it? Because some people
I wonder.
might want to do that, but don't want to be like, oh, I don't want to be the only person up there doing, you know what I mean? Someone
Yeah.
might need someone with them or whatever. So do you think maybe people knowing you'll be there gives them the push to go?
What I've witnessed is that it has opened up, like, let's say all of the things that I've posted up about the odor situation. I think the most recent clip I posted up was Senator Mesnard saying that he's had an abundance of people reach out about it, right? I think that is a sign of the message that I'm spreading is working, and or it's at least it's spreading awareness. What the intent is. Do I think that it leads the people to vote is a different story, right? Because people love to be on the internet and voice their opinion, but when it comes to action, it's a different story. And this is me now in year 3 of kind of being involved with politics, and you really do need to make it a layup, or you really do just have to have something that people are bothered by. And I'll give you an example. I know I'm rambling on this one, but just to prove
you're
the
good.
point would be that there was a vibe out here that we needed to change some of the laws for producing marijuana But as we were getting to the point where we're going to get this bill on, I didn't see the community really building behind it. I didn't see more people showing up. I didn't see, discussion building on it. Like I see this odor shit. I popped out one clip about this might affect you and all that. Boom, we've got the city now talking about it. And so I think that like it's always going to come down to, is it something that really is going to affect people's lives? And that's how I should sit back and get involved with things. Because I sat back with that producer one and I was putting a lot of energy towards it, but it might have been only for, let's say, a couple dozen people, right? And so, whereas this older one, we're looking at tens of thousands, potentially hundreds of thousands of people that are going to be affected by it. So, like, I don't know. That's kind of that. I sat back and really analyzed that, and so changed some things up for me. Sorry to ramble on that one, but
Oh, you're good. Hey, it's your
man.
time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so how did the Proper Smoke Network come about as far as like you joining the team? Because I know, like you said, you were making trips to Cali, but I can't say that that's how you met them, but you're in a whole different state. So how did this?
So I found out about Proper Doinks because they did this grinder test. And one of the grinders that they were talking about is actually local to Arizona. They're produced out here. What is it? Flour Mill, my bad. Yeah, thank you. My man's right here helping me out.
Shout out
And
Flower
shout out to
Mill.
Flour Mill. Yeah, shout out to Flour Mill. They're out here, the Arizona brand. And there's some controversy and stuff like that. So that's how I found out about them and whatnot. And then I shit you not, bro. They have a church cult-like following when it comes to joint rollers, where over the course of the next, like, I would say to give you a timeline, that grinder situation was probably about a year and a half ago. So then after that, okay, boom, boom, boom. For the next 8 months or so, it just started building where like people would be like, they'd be judging me on my blunts and shit like that. They'd be like, oh, I can't believe you're wasting good weed and not doing it properly. And like all of these things started happening. So I recognized what they were building. And then when First Smoke of the Day and them teamed up to do this PSN network, I just reached out to them because at that point they had come out here too. I kind of jumped stories, but they had come out here, held a couple events out here in Arizona. So I got a chance to meet them and shit like that. And,
Yeah, that's fucking
cool dudes, smokers and shit like that. So obviously, how smokers connect. But when they popped that out, I hit them up. Cause I was like, yo, guys, like, I'm about this life. Let me fucking come over here and be your news type energy. I will crush this shit and pitch myself because, like, shoot or shoot.
Hell yeah.
And so Adam told me, he's like, honestly, we'll talk about it. He's like, but they had a few shows already that they had in mind. So they built those out, and he reached out to me a few months later, and here we are. We launched it in January, and it's been it's been dope. Truly, it's been dope.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's definitely become a part of my morning routine. Well, afternoon.
Dude, appreciate you, dude. Yeah, it is. I know. That's what's funny, right? Out of the East Coast, it's like morning. Shit.
It's about noonish
Like,
when
yeah,
when he pops up.
Yeah, I get off work, get home, start rolling up, and just wait.
I was gonna say it's perfect timing for me because like right around the time you go live, it's like right after I'll take my girlfriend to work. I get back home, and I toss it on. It's perfect timing.
I appreciate that, man.
Hell yeah.
To me, it's just about kicking it, just like we're right now. Let's chop it up about weed, because there's always something going on. Like when I told them I wanted to do it daily, they're like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Look, man, if I do it weekly, we're just gonna fall behind. Like there's shit that goes down every fucking day."
Yep. And then on top of that, as long as you have someone to bullshit with, hell,
Totally.
you could do it 3 times a day, and it's not like you wouldn't have the conversation for it. It's more so the time out of your day to do it. So once a day is easy.
And that's where it was for me too, is because I'm gonna wake up and smoke a blunt regardless. So why not fire on these cameras and let's have a conversation with the community?
Exactly.
That's why that time came about for High in Arizona. And I used to do radio, so I used to do like 4 hours of content. So for me, we would plan it out by hour. So I'm like, damn, this is like old school right here. I'm just like, all right, this hour is high in Arizona. This next hour is going to be motherfucking PSN, and let's run.
I can tell you have that radio personality about you. Like you
Yeah,
have like
yeah.
that very like that charisma, that charismatic, like just
I
kind
appreciate
of
that.
personality. Yeah, no problem,
Yeah, no,
man.
I enjoy it. It's fun to me. I've always enjoyed entertaining. That's why I got into doing music and rapping and shit like that. But as I've gotten older, it's like, damn, man, I can't be on these stages like that. So it's like it's cool now. I've been able to transition to this podcasting and kicking it because I love smoking weed on the internet. You know what I mean? That's like my favorite shit to do. It's like getting a blunt and just chopping it up. So, and like you
Yeah.
said, there's always someone to chop it up with. So it's tight.
Yeah, I when I got off work today, I actually sat down and listened to your album on
Oh shit!
YouTube, The Duke.
No shit,
Yeah, I
my
was like,
man.
I need to
Nice.
go back and check it out. One thing I thought was funny is your personality that I know now, and obviously that's years ago. Um, there was a lot of, I don't want to say sex because it's not like that, but there's a lot of like sex humor in it, and I thought that was like,
Facts.
like what you can tell that like
Yeah,
the
I was out there trying to get it, bro. It's a different era for sure. I'm engaged now, about to be married and shit like that. So like the new music would definitely not be that same energy.
well
But yeah, man. Oh,
that's
go
what I
ahead.
was gonna say was like I could tell the personality in a sense has definitely changed from then because like
Yeah.
watching you in the mornings for a little while I was like wow that's surprising. I mean it's great
Right.
regardless because I
Yeah.
fuck with that kind of music,
Appreciate
but
that.
it was just like a surprise that that was
That was my music, right? Yeah, no. For sure. It's like one of those things where I don't know. It was fuck, man. We were just in this era
having
of
fun.
running, having fun, and also that was pre-kids, man. Like I tell you what, my son changed my life, and for the best. I was out here living what that music represented for my. I was out here living for myself. And like when I had my son, it really changed my life. I was actually on the road with Burner in like the East Coast somewhere, and I used to call it our baby boot camp where my son was with his mom. And I was like, because like, he wanted to be with his mom. He'd be with me, he'd be like, mom. I'd be like, fuck it then, like baby boot camp. I remember being on the East Coast and he called me and he was like, where are you at? And I was like, I want to see you. And I was like, damn. And I remember sitting there thinking, I'm like, I'm out here on the East Coast rapping in front of nobody who gives a fuck about me because I'm on like, someone else's tour. And yeah, maybe some people would like fuck with me, but like no one's showing up and like, yo. And so I that was the last tour. I was like, cool, man. Now I went and got split custody of my son and became, dedicated to being the best that I could be. And that's been the biggest reward. Like I've done a lot of cool shit in my life, but I tell you what, man, being a parent beats everything fucking by so much. It's been cool now because I've been able to kind of figure out how to dabble in everything while still meeting my goals to be the best father. So it's been tight.
Most definitely, and
That's
shout
really-
out to you.
That's awesome.
Hell
Those are
yeah,
really
bro.
Oh, man, appreciate that.
inspirational
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I have one kid. I have a girl. She's 9 years old. And
Hell
that
yeah, congrats.
She calmed me down a lot. I was a reckless individual at one point in my life.
I feel like for
Yes, he
any
was.
younger people who tune in and ever see this, dude, that's definitely inspirational
Yeah.
words for them to hear.
Yeah,
from
me
like-
and dude don't got kids yet, but those are words we can aspire to live
Yeah,
by.
for real.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you heard the music. I was rapping about never wanting no snot nose and shit like that. So I was definitely anti-kids and stuff like that. But it really did. I was like, it fucking changed my life and showed me unconditional love because it wasn't until then that I was just kind of like living for myself and having a great time. I tell you what, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'll
Personally, I
always
didn't. Oh no, go ahead.
I'll always look back on those tours though, man. Like touring, I did about 8 of them nationally, and like it was just an experience that so thankful for, and got the chance to see the entire nation, smoke a bunch of weed from all over the nation, connect with a bunch of smokers from all over. And there's nothing like that that I have ever experienced. And like, it was super dope.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking
And I
awesome.
feel like that's kind of like what our job is as not just parents, but as humans that like potentially will end up being parents is like I feel like you live your life and make these memories. You have a kid, you make memories with them, and then when you tell them your memories, you know, as they get older, now they have an idea of what kind of memories they want to make, or they try to top your memories in a sense. You know what I mean? It's like this never ending cycle of telling the history of the family in a sense.
And I think we're, I'm sure as you have 9-year-olds, I have learned that I am outdated
Oh,
and
yeah.
that I tried to get my son all fucking primed out, dressed up for impressive. And he was like, not it. He said, Dad, nah, man. I no longer can buy his clothes. And, it's been a trip being a father who wants to motivate him just to be the best, do whatever he wants to do, and I definitely wanted him to be a little baller and stuff like that. And he's transitioned to being a little like dirt bike kid and stuff like that. And I'm like, man,
Hell
get it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, it's a trip seeing a human grow like this. Like, I never had plans on being a father. And so now with I'm, entrenched in like I am, it's just like, it's so special to see a human go through life and figure things out, and you got to navigate it for them and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a trip, man.
And watching their eyes light up, you know. There's
Oh
so
yeah,
many
that's just
times
incredible, bro.
where it's like, you know, I'm sure he hits his first jump on a dirt bike and he's just like, wow, yeah.
Nothing like it, doggy. Nothing like it. Straight up. And what's crazy though is I only have another, like, he's 13 now, so I have like another 5 years. He's already talking about it. He's like, yeah, I'm probably moving to Cali. I'm like, what, motherfucker? I'm like, damn, that's crazy. So he's gonna be on his own little journey, right? So it's about making sure that I find my lane and making sure that I still have life out there. That what's next for me and stuff like that has been fun figuring it out.
Hell yeah. So what do you think is the future for I know I'm sure you've seen it with the toad stuff and everything. What do you think is the future for the flavors or the strains and phenos in the cannabis industry?
Doc, that's an interesting question, right? I mean, I always find it interesting the black market as opposed to the licensed market because like it doesn't always cross over. So let's see. I think the toad will probably cross over. So we'll probably see the toad in a shitload of license drops coming up, like a big wave of toad drops. But I almost feel like for connoisseurs, you're going to see the PSN or the proper doings brackets really lead the way on what's smoking for us. Like it seems like they're building, they continue to have new people joining. Their credibility is only getting stronger. So like, who knows where that's going to go? So that's pretty exciting. I don't know. I mean, look at Wizard Trees and Scott, what they're doing. Look at fucking Preferred Gardens. Doja's got a fucking whole ass, you know, uh, outdoor now or so. I don't know, man. It's interesting. I think that we are in a fortunate situation as a consumer where we actually are going to be blessed with so many that we'll just be able to pick and choose, man. I'd love to hear what you guys think on that one. Let me put that right back to you.
It'd be interesting to see weed get to the point of like where alcohol or like wine even is, and like have like how there's wine testing cellars or like places that do that stuff, to have like weed testing places for connoisseurs like us to go and like, I don't know, taste test some of the best stuff around or whatever. I think that would be really really dope for someone to get into doing.
Yeah, because
Fire.
like locally, it's you know as far as black market would go, locally it's all you know LCGs or to some extent another candy close to, or or crossed with.
Damn.
And you know what I mean? Like around here is, I'm not gonna say this is where they're getting them from, but this is China Pack Central. You know what I mean? Unless you're
Okay.
getting
Okay. No
distro,
shit, huh?
yeah, unless you're getting from the dispensary or something, you gotta really know somebody to
Yeah.
get something
No
working
shit,
anything.
huh?
Yeah,
Damn.
we're in the backwoods of the backwoods. So
And
any
so
any
Okay.
any connoisseurs, you'd have to search to actually
Damn.
know.
and so it
I'm
becomes
fortunate.
interest. Yeah, definitely. You guys are.
We're right next to Cali, right? So it's like
Yeah,
it's literally a
Yeah.
yeah,
5.5 hour drive, and it's out there. So
yeah.
yeah, and that's how it's been for me as a connoisseur out in Arizona. Is there's always those people going out there grabbing pack, coming out here. Like I've been able to smoke on the MLZ, pretty much damn near anything I've wanted to. The Return of the Zith, and shout out to all the homies out there making it happen. So it's like it's a beautiful thing where I'm at. So I feel for you guys. Fuck.
I'm thankful that ever since I've started tapping in with watching you guys and the network, that I've started being able to find routes of getting a hold of some of this stuff for our review, because if not, we was stuck with the same
Hey, and I'm
stuff.
still gonna take care of you guys too. My apologies. I got a care package coming. My apologies. I know I fucked
Oh,
up
you're
on
you're
that. So
good,
nah,
bro.
dude, nah. I hate that
No
shit.
need.
It's still a new experience for me. I know I'm in this like where it's like, oh shit, I really need to like put that shit together and like get it out. Like I'm fucking. So I'm a one-man army out here a lot of the times, but things are like building for me where I'll make sure I get that out because I'd love for you guys to smoke on some smackers. I'd really appreciate it. And then
Definitely.
Yeah, bro.
have you fucked with like Green Door then? Like you know what I mean? Like I'm just
Yeah.
curious. Like
Yes, I
no shit,
actually.
huh? No
We
Yeah,
shit.
get I get a lot of the stuff for the review from Green Door.
yeah.
It's a little pricey,
But you
but
get it, huh?
yeah, I get it. It's always great. I
Yeah.
can't complain at all. And I even got a couple things off of Simply Mary.
Oh, okay. You know what's
That's
a trip
where
about the Green Door is that it's a consignment setup, right? So like
yeah.
basically their website's just the storefront, but
Hmm.
then when you buy it through there, it's actually the brand shipping it to you. I was like,
I've
no
noticed that.
shit.
I've
Yeah,
noticed
I was
that.
like,
If you look at the if the shipping labels, you can tell they.
yeah.
I've actually, because just like he said, he put me on, so I've recently started using Green Door myself, and I even told him I was like, man, one's gonna be here within like 2 days because it's coming from Jersey or wherever, and then one's coming from across the country, so it's like it's the actual growers and cultivators
Which
that
I
are shipping
like,
it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
right?
trustworthy.
Because
It's trustworthy.
yeah, and I think who knows people who grew it are going to store it the best and they're going to be most prideful when they ship it, I feel like. So I like that setup. I think that was interesting when I heard that. I was like, oh shit, that's pretty tight.
I had got some of the last batch um, of the black Zushi that was on Simply Mary.
Okay.
And it just came in yesterday, and I opened it up and was like, this has to be literally some of the freshest weed that I've ever gotten, like,
Nice.
sent out. I was like, I can't believe this is like, I might still need to burp this jar. That's how
What a
fresh
cool
they're looking.
time that you guys are having it shipped to your door like this. Do you think that it stops in November? Do you know about like that THCA ban that they popped through?
Yeah.
It's supposed to come through in November. They might extend it. If they don't, I'm curious to see, will we still people fucking pop out there and take the risk? I mean,
I
I don't
think
think so.
I don't think anyone will really take the risk like that anymore. I think more so what might happen is, hopefully a lot of these people have already thought about what will happen if that does get passed and it gets banned again.
Contingency
And
plan.
yeah, and have
Right?
allocated maybe some funds back to bring a little, make it medical here. You know what I mean? Bring a little grow here, like
Yeah.
Wizard Trees has, Doja has. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of really nice Cali brands pop up in our local dispensary, and I was surprised. I was like, shit. Last time I looked, nothing was great here. Now all of a sudden, I can go get Wizard Trees in Uniontown, Pennsylvania.
That's cool though. And that's how it happened in Arizona as well. Like we only had our Arizona rooted brands, and shout out to TrueMed out there. Shout out to Grow Sciences that was doing their thing. I'd say those were the two that was really holding it down for us. But then Alien Labs and Connected landed in this bitch, and that shit just turned it the fuck up. And it was tight because once they showed that it could be done, like proof of concept, oh, bro, income fucking wizard trees and Doja, preferred gardens, and we were just like, let's go. So Arizona's right now got some dope ass, names out here, and then our local growers are even like producing. We've got a couple like caregiver growers that are breaking into the market. Shout out to Qualifier Farms. Shout out to Whoopties. Shout out to Jolt Cannabis. Shout out to Mackenzie Farms. If they, just to throw some names out there for the that culture out there. Let's get it.
Hell yeah. Hey, and shout out to you, I know that you're just like kind of curating some of this stuff, but so far the few drops that I've been around for, I've heard that they always sell out. They can't keep it on the shelves.
It's so there's only one drop that I did where like there's one strain that didn't sell out. So and that's my fault. I got a little too I it smoked, but like it's a low THC and little nugs, and that's just like a doomsday for like for the legacy market, right? So it's like I
Yeah.
mean for pretty much anywhere, little nugs and shit like that. But everything else, man, I've been super proud about. And you said earlier owning a dispensary, and I don't own the dispensary.
Oh,
I was
okay.
able to partner with one, and
Oh.
it's the flower shop who actually has just took on the high lounge here. We've been working together for a couple years. About a year and I guess a half ago, Pico came to me and he was like, I was pitching to him Highmark, or not Highmark. I was pitching to him Be Easy. I was like, yo, man, there's like this dude out here. He is a character. He comes at shit differently than anyone I've ever seen. I was like, I was like, he would be a fucking just a shakeup for this industry. I was like, we should like do something. Let's do it. And I pitched that same thing to like three people, three facilities, and every single one of them are like, I don't know who the fuck Be Easy is, bro, but like, why don't you have a brand? And I'm just like, nah, I was like, I'm not, I didn't want to play that dispensary game out here where you got to go hunt and get it in dispensaries and shit. But the flower shop has three. So I literally was like, ever since he pitched that to me, I was like, months would go by and I'd be like, you're a fucking idiot, I think. This brand wants you to like drop a cannabis brand, and they have dispensaries. So yeah, so I was like, finally, I just hit him and I was like, yeah, for sure, let's get it. And it's been going good, man. It's tight because they have Pico is a fucking like been doing it for decades, and he is in here nitpicking my palate. Almost made me feel like damn near like I ain't shit because he was just, oh, you like this, this, and this. Okay, cool, I got you. I'm like, damn, all right, it's that easy, huh? And so, and then boom, he gives me these strains that are fucking smacking, and I'm like, all right, you are fucking the GOAT. So here we go. And it's been fun, man. So like our next one coming is May 1st. It's called Blue Mamba. It's blueberry crossed with Zope, and this motherfucker is smoking. I'm very excited.
Hell yeah. And that's one thing that I had to learn whenever I started wanting to do more connoisseur reviews, on just like anything that is supposed to be really good. I had to learn that just because I don't like the terp profile doesn't mean that it's not very good bud.
Right, me too.
Like, I don't like permanent marker. You know what I mean?
Really?
I'm not a fan. I'm not a huge fan.
I don't like GMO, so that's my shocker. I don't like GMO, or what was another popular one was going around, and I was just like, fuck, I just don't like it. And so like, yeah, I agree with you 100%. I had to also understand that just isn't for my palate. And it actually is very fire. Because with this Smackers, there's been a strain that I use as example. It's called Purple Raspberry. And I don't like it at all. But every person I let hit and smoke it and all that shit, they're like, "What the fuck? You didn't want to put this out?" I'm like, "Damn, like that, like."
You
You
had the
know,
same
so
reaction as me, dude. Purple raspberry. That sounds crazy.
It does sound
That
good.
right.
sounds
It
crazy.
Yeah, that sounds good.
people loving it, but it just for whatever reason I didn't hit my palate, so I didn't want to put it out as a smacker because I didn't want to be in the position where someone's out there being like, "Oh, I don't fuck with this." What am I be like? Yeah, I didn't really either, but other people thought it'd be good. It's like, oh well, what the fuck then? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. And it's rough being a reviewer doing that because, like with permanent marker, I don't want to give it a bad review because I don't like it.
Right.
Because it's probably amazing. If you know what I mean. So I try to do it like for what the terpene profile is supposed to be. Is it flavorful in there? You know what I mean? Instead of saying, "Oh, do I like the flavor?" It's more so, is there a lot of that flavor?
Makes sense. Like it's in a sense where we've seen is smokability, right? This term become something. And it sounds like that in a sense is what you're looking for as well. Like looking for maybe if you the mineralities we see talked about and stuff like that. And props for taking it to that, point. I'm a little old school still breaking it up by hand, rolling it in a blunt and stuff like that. But it's like I really do respect just the continuous wanting to perfect the methods and like have the best experience and clearly it's like a movement. Like I said, man, I had people hit me up about it all the time before I even like was on PSN about properly rolling something up. So
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll get it a bunch in the future because I refuse to use a grinder, and I refuse to use papers. I can't.
nice, there we go. You're my kind of guy. Okay.
Like I'm used to being able to be in like, we're at a show or we happen to be at someone's garage or basement kicking it or, wherever. And I'm the guy that's in the corner and he's got his pack of backwoods and he's breaking the weed up into backwood because he's trying to
Nice.
smoke while y'all are doing
Oh
whatever.
yeah, you be my guy at that party. We'd link up. That's for sure.
I understand people got their little stations or whatever, but I can't
Yeah, I
be the
respect
dude.
it.
Got to go sit at a table, break out the grinder. Let me get my book bag out so I can roll one joint.
And it's something that I think people take pride in now, right? And like
Oh,
they like
definitely.
their setup, they like their tips now that they like the everything. And I respect it because like I come from
It's an art.
that high maintenance where the smoke shop where we had Toros and sovereignties and all these like high end glass. So it's the same thing. People come in, they've got their mood mat, they've got their piece, they've got their dunk tanks now, and everything that comes with it. And so to see it cross over to joint rolling,
Oh no.
Looks like we might have lost him. Yep, he must have lost internet.
Shit.
Unfortunate.
I know we're good. As far as like online.
Say we'll give it a couple minutes, folks. In our brief intermission.
Let me find some intermission music here.
Real quick, how was y'all's day?
Pretty good. Good day.
Not too bad. All right, he's joining back in.
Hell yeah.
Oh, it happens. All right.
man, I got someone hit me with a call. I was like, I didn't even realize like I hit and on the call too. I don't know why it blocked me off. So my bad, guys.
No,
Marijuana.
you're all good, man. But
I
yeah,
don't know where I was talking about too. You know that stoner shit. You know where you
it
like
was
fucking.
how kind of how everybody how serious they are with their craft of like the bongs and
Right.
their setups and things like that. How it's crossing over into joint rolling.
Yeah,
And
that's tight, right?
I truly respect all of it because it is all an art. You know, it might not be for me, but I love seeing when people are like, oh, check out this new glass piece. It's
Yeah.
worth $2,000, and I'm like,
Yeah, totally.
I don't
I
know
mean,
shit about it.
12,000 for a tip is insane. First off,
Yeah.
that's insane. I was
Yeah,
like,
that's
holy
wild.
Yeah,
shit,
that's
that was
That's
crazy.
wild right
crazy.
there. So, yeah, it's been cool to be witness of it and now fucking around with it and stuff like that. It's been fun. You guys got to make your way out here. Anytime you come out to Arizona, man, I got you guys for sure. You'll be have fucking fire ass weed to smoke and a spot to kick it. I'll show you around out here. So just let me know.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
man. We appreciate it.
Like I was saying earlier in the chat, I don't know if you've seen it. If you know of any like bigger events that are happening around your area throughout the summer, let us know because I like to try to
Okay.
plan trips around an event. Come out for like 4 or 5 days, go to an event, kick it.
Fire then, yeah, I definitely think of the next big event that comes out. It's been interesting because out here our marijuana is watched over by the health department, and they recently started checking out logs out here from facilities to make sure that the weed wasn't going from the facility to the event because that's some kind of problem and shit like that. It has to go from the facility to a dispensary to an event. And because of that, it's like put this strain on like brands to get to these events. And so like it's kind of interesting. We're all navigating this right now. So it's been interesting. I haven't seen like any big 420 events. Like we normally will have like at least two or three. And
Yeah.
we haven't seen any pop out like that. And I've seen actually one dope one from the black market, which maybe that one. There's supposed to be like a Cannapalooza or something like that. But you said summer, so we'll have something pop out though.
Yeah, we'll be in Columbus April 18th.
Fire.
It's called Can't Fake the Motion 2. Be Easy's supposed to be there. Cali Plug will be there. Um, a bunch of other brands, Craft Farmer.
Hey, that's tight. Nice. Yeah, you get Cali Plug and Be Easy in the same area. That shit's gonna be lit.
Yeah, that's whenever I seen, because I always like to go to the Cali Plug events just because really you can't beat $120 nice ounces.
That's
You
tight.
can't.
Is that what
You
goes
can't.
down? I'd have to catch out a Cali Plug event. Definitely. I didn't find out about Cali Plug until PSN, so I'm still kind of like understanding Cali Plug.
Yeah, like the $120 ounces you can get, they're not, connoisseur bud. They're not amazing, but they're better than. That's what I would
The
prefer smoke
regular
on day to
work type
day.
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say one thing that we like to do is tell the person we're interviewing is let the people know where they can find you for all of your
Nice.
stuff.
Nice. You can hit me up here in Arizona. Unfortunately, I can't drop it on the green door. If I could, I would. God damn it. Out here, though, if you pop out here in Arizona, come check out the flower shop. They got 3 locations in the Phoenix metro area. Link up, though. Find me. Hit me up. If you're going to be out here in Arizona, definitely let me know. Shit, I touch down at the lounge often. And if you're someone out there is watching this show, then I know that they're a smoker, then like 100% let me take care of you. Let me know you're pulling up and we'll see what we can do about smoking and kicking it and stuff like that. You know what I mean? To me, like it's big on me for that to do because when I was on the road, so many motherfuckers took care of me. You know, like I'll be like city to city looking for that weed when I be out there. So like I know what it's like to pop into a city that you're unfamiliar with and be a weed smoker and be like, fuck. These days we could travel with it, not as big a deal, but I still got you on some other shit.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah, once upon a time, that used to be the deal breaker for certain trips.
It's like
It'd
we
be like,
can't
hey,
get
you
it, we
guys
ain't
want to
going.
go to
For
Florida?
real.
Not unless we're driving, because I don't know anyone to get flour.
For real though. And then on tours and stuff like that, we pull into like when I would tour with Burner, we actually had to ditch all the marijuana that we had on the bus before we go to certain cities because of like checkpoints, or it
Yeah.
would just be Utah. We don't want to play that, game. We're on this big ass cookies bus that like obviously people gonna fuck with it, but we never got fucked with, and we threw away a lot of weed. Not throw away, but like give or hide or stash for people and shit
Yeah.
like that. But like, damn, man, they'd always be that motherfucker where the bus is dry as shit. We're getting to the checkpoint, pull up, and then they're just like, nah, flag them through, gone. We're like,
Yeah, they don't even want to
That's
deal with
that
it.
hurt
ah, I
piece.
told you I should have kept something. So
Yeah, that's always the hurt piece.
yeah, it happens though, man. It's all part of the journey. It's fun times. I'm glad that we're where we're at now. Unprecedented times where cannabis is, legal. What 90% of the nation is legal access to cannabis now? That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, we might have some speed bumps, but I think ultimately it'll only get better in the future. Like I
Yeah, I
said, we
hope
might
so.
have something go down now that impedes us, or, like with the November thing. But then
Yeah.
hopefully in a couple years after that, someone comes in and says, you know what, not only are we going to revoke that, but we're going to go even further.
You want to do another one? No, I agree. Like that's where I think it's interesting because so many millions of dollars have been lost over licensed cannabis, right? Like if you look at how the people who wrote the bills were the ones that had access to it and, thought, oh, I know what I'm doing and I'm going to make so much money, millions and millions of dollars. And where I look at it now, excuse me, my bad, is we're seeing the people with the passion start to be able to infiltrate into these now licensed, opportunities. And so let's see where that happens, and let's see the ripple effect of that. It's still very new. I wanted to actually talk to Growing Pains about that because obviously they're like, a huge brand. And I think sometimes I wonder if we look at advance, and not to get all, too deep or anything, but like, why not? We here chopping it up, baby. Let's get it.
Hell yeah, man.
But if you look at advancements in just like the US, you know what I mean? Like, I almost look at where we're at with cannabis right now is a significant advancement, is like when motherfuckers went from pagers to cell phones. And I think that like there was just such a significant leap happening in cannabis that like I don't know what the fuck is going to come from this, but what we talked about earlier is infiltrating it into the bars, the entertainment aspect. Like that is coming, and it's just a $1 billion industry that's still untapped. Science is going to come out, and there's so much, bro. I could talk about weed so much. It's
And
insane.
that's the awesome thing too is they just changed the schedule of it, didn't they?
Well, the Trump signed it, right? And now it's on the, I guess, DEA's desk, they say, and it's on them to sign it. And I'm wondering, will they sign it? Because why haven't you? And you hear about how like some departments would just wait for a president to be done, and that's it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck, what if that shit? I don't even know if I care. I don't even know. I'm just like, but it's just crazy times with now with weed where it's like, because the little me wonders if they do reschedule it, if you look at the other Schedule 3 substances on there, a lot of them are being sold through apps. Like, you have like you go to this app, you see a doctor through telehealth, and then they're shipping it to your door. So my wonder is, will that be a play? Right? Because if so, I'm fucking getting in it this time. I didn't know we legalized weed in 2018. My ass will not sleep on it this time.
And that's what I've been wondering was like if they change the scheduling of it and now all of these facilities that have done testing on it, all that research actually matters now.
Right.
Are we going to see people like Mylan Pharmaceutical or whatever decide to pivot and start making grow ops and stuff to sell medical
Man.
weed because they have the money for the testing, you know. I'm sure they've already
Yeah.
been doing testing, they just can't publish it yet.
It's interesting, right? Because when you talk about the pharmaceutical industry, they're so used to making things in a pill and replicate it. You can't do that with cannabis, right? So, like, what it would take for them to invest to build a quality product, and I'm even talking about just to consume. I wonder if they, what would they do? Some of me wonders, would they go and be like, "Yo, Scott, I see what you're doing, Wizard Trees. Like, can I give you fucking $1 billion to come run my shit? Because they got the money."
That's what
You
I
know,
was wondering.
right? Will they swoop up the best talent? Ooh, man, it's
And
interesting
and
times.
then next thing you know, we got Mylan Pharmaceutical branded bud hitting
Myler
all the
Wizard, that's
medicals.
fucking fire. We're waiting for the next Mylar or the next fucking Tylenol drop. We're like, this shit's gonna be crazy. It's interesting times, dog. We don't know what's gonna happen because that's where we're all kind of. And I've said this. I've asked a lot of the people in the industry. What do you think about the reschedule, or what do you think about the federal government? Are they just watching over everybody, learning the game, and then they're gonna fucking pounce on that shit? You know what I mean? Like, are we waiting for that to happen? And a lot of them don't have that answer. They don't know. But what can you do if they do? So
Yeah,
fuck.
I would
We
say
want.
we have to assume that they are in a sense because that's their game with everything.
Yeah.
But also us not on the side of, you know, the higher ups, we have also learned how to find and navigate the loopholes and the innuendos of everything that they throw our way.
You're damn right, baby. You're
And if
damn
we've done
right,
it before,
baby.
we'll do it again.
You know what
And
I mean?
that's
It's
what I've
never
said too.
stopped us.
Like, yeah, like we've got that. You brought up the odor situation, and it's just like, come on, man. Like, we were smoking weed when it was illegal. Like, we ain't tripping on that shit. So, but we will talk about it. But yeah, but like you just said, man, we're always gonna get down with it, and we'll see what happens. I just and that's why. Hey, that's why we're here, because the news won't cover it. But you can find out what's going down right here, baby. What's going down in cannabis? This is where you're gonna learn about it. So, so shout out to you guys, man.
And before we let you
Thank you,
go,
man.
do me a favor, let them know where they can hear about the Arizona news
Hell yeah.
and the worldwide cannabis news every morning. Where you be putting it on?
Nice. Appreciate that energy. I'm on Twitch when it comes to High in Arizona. Like, that's the Arizona podcast. I like Twitch because we could talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about, pricing, all that. It's all about Arizona, but everyone's welcome. If you're curious what goes down in Arizona, definitely pop in with us. You know, we kick it. It's weekdays, 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, because all you guys be switching times. Arizona keeps it consistent. And then I've been blessed, man, to join the PSN. And every weekday, Mountain Standard Time, 10 a.m. Lately, it's been me talking to goats. And I'm just out here being like, how's life? And what the fuck is going down? Because it's an insane time. And so shout out to Adam, to Paul, to Lance, to the whole squad out there. That is an exciting thing that I'm fucking just dedicated to. And I don't know if you guys saw, but like Ted's about to have a fucking show on that bitch. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
damn, this shit is growing. Let's run it.
Hell yeah. Hey, I appreciate you joining us. And
Yes. Hey, let me thank you guys, man. Let me give you guys your flowers. For sure, I've popped in. I've really enjoyed the energy because it reminds me of High in Arizona when I did it with my boys. You know, we kick back and we would just blow smoke and talk about topics going down. I don't know, you know, I just found out about you guys. I'm not sure how long you've been doing it, but like it really does matter. And just keep putting out that those vibes, and you never know what it can turn into. I That's how I started with my podcast, just being there doing with my homies. And then people in the communities really responded to it. They were telling me like, "Hey man, thank you because I'm getting the perspective. I'm getting to learn about cannabis because we are connoisseurs. We live this life, but a majority of people do not. and they're going to get fed a bunch of bullshit through commercials, cannabis and brands and all this bullshit. So you guys are blessing people with the real fucking like, you know, passion about it. And so thank you guys. And thank you for inviting me on here. Anytime you guys need a guest or just want to talk about anything cannabis, hit me. I got you guys.
I appreciate that. And Juan said,
Yeah, Juan said, what up?
tell you he said hi.
Hey, what up, Juan? Let's go.
All right, my man. We'll let you go, and I'll see you tomorrow morning on.
Hey, that's right.
Fuck yeah,
On the
brother.
Morning Wood, let's get it.
Take it
All right,
easy,
y'all.
man.
Peace out.
Later.